is a journalist, the editor-in-chief of Heated, and the author of the phenomenally influential How to Cook Everything. And today he's showing us how to cook just about everything. He is going to improvise a very delicious stir fry for us. Welcome to our home, Mark Bittman. Welcome, Mark. We're very excited to have you here. Thank you. As you can see, Christopher has stuck around because when he heard you're here and you're going to make us this beef and green pepper stir fry, he said he's not leaving the building.
Nope.
So
I don't blame you.
We have to feed him. Allie is also waiting patiently, as is Larissa.
Yes.
Now, I'd just like to say it has sort of become a national American pastime to stare aimlessly into your refrigerator when you get home from work and hope that something is going to appear and inspire you to cook.
Will you stare
Do you know what I
aimlessly
mean?
for us?
And then you shut it and you go back 2 minutes later and you look again. Well, today you are going to help us with this dilemma.
Well, it's an example of what can happen if things go right.
Right. So basically, you get home, you have 30 minutes to make dinner. What do you do?
You know, the key is really to have stuff in the refrigerator and to have a pantry that can support that. So
okay. Well, right now we
have
a
this
beautiful
piece
steak.
of beef, as it happens. I mean, it pays to go shopping, right?
It does.
So we have a piece of sirloin, and you know, in the old days, a family of 4 would have eaten 4 of those.
Sure.
But now we're eating less, and we're combining meat with vegetables more. And a stir fry is really something that's become a staple and should be. What I like to do, this is going to surprise you, I think, is to first, if I'm going to do a stir fry, I would take this piece of meat and put it in the freezer for a minute.
Oh.
Well, or for half an hour.
Don't you usually defrost the meat?
Yeah. Well, you can sort of semi-defrost it if that's what you're doing, but this is thawed.
Okay.
But we want to put it in the freezer for like 15 or 30 minutes.
Why?
Because it makes it much easier to slice. Yeah.
Oh, because we're going to slice it up. Right.
Yeah.
Because
we're gonna
every
slice
chef,
it thin because it's a stir fry, right?
every chef who's ever come on here says bring your meat to room temperature. You're saying the opposite.
Well,
because we're slicing
not saying always, but
Okay.
in this case. So see how it's got.
Oh, boy.
See how it's got this.
It's
we don't
definitely.
have to be afraid of it.
There you go. Get
See
that
how
guy.
it's got this,
We know it's frozen to the plate.
Right.
There we go.
But it's got this great. It's a hard softness. I mean, it's much easier to slice than if it was really room temperature.
Okay,
and
so
so we
show
just
us how to do
slice it as thinly as we can.
Oh,
and
yes, you're right. Look at that.
And you know what? My knife skills are like a 4th grader. So
no, that's
if I can do it, anybody can do it.
very impressive.
So that's kind of the idea. And I'm going to
Look
stop
at
there
that.
before I embarrass myself, but because we have.
Okay, so we have that. So we've sliced our meat, we set that aside, and now we are going to prepare our black beans, which you're also putting in.
Well, so this is an example of a great thing to have in your pantry. These are fermented black beans. You buy them in any Chinese or any Asian market, really. And they are fermented black soybeans. They're salted and they're aged. They're super, super powerful. You know the term umami?
Sure.
So this is like an umami bomb. And you just soak them for 15, 30 minutes in water. They reconstitute, and they're just really, really flavorful. And everybody's had shrimp with black beans, chicken with black beans.
Yeah, of course.
So these are the black beans that you do.
Okay, so we're pretty much done. Then we just put everything
Well,
into the pan.
Yeah, we are pretty much done. We want some green peppers, and these are pre-cooked because we don't have the time to cook them. But green peppers are really great in this case. I mean, red peppers are fine too. Onions are fine. In theory, we're improvising here.
Sure.
Any sliced vegetable would be great. But I like green peppers because they're really strong flavored. And people have sort of moved away from them in recent years because red peppers are ripe and these are unripe. But they have their own appeal, and they're really great with beef because they're so powerful.
Sure.
So we've pre-cooked these.
Okay.
And then I take them out because we want our beef to brown. And the fewer things you have in a pan, the more likely they are to brown.
Sure.
So
Because if everything was in there together,
you're just steaming.
right, and you just put your face over it and get a nice facial.
Get a nice facial. So I'm going to turn this.
Okay, so you want it on a high heat?
You want it in as high heat as your kitchen can stand,
All right.
basically. And
And it cooks pretty quickly.
it cooks, you know, by the time I get it all in the pan, the pieces I put in first are going to be done.
Okay. And then we would put our green peppers back in, or the black beans?
Then I put the peppers in, and then I'd start putting in. You want to hurry things
Well,
along.
for the sake of time,
Yeah, I
since we
get
have
it.
the finished
Okay.
product, and we have people waiting.
Yeah.
Right, right, we have hungry
And it
people.
smells
Getting
good.
hungry.
Plus the crew.
I love how you're telling us different things that we can use to improvise, because that's really in your book what you do. You show people how they can improvise with a bunch of different things. And in your book also, there's amazing illustrations. I love them, and they show you how to like fold a tortellini and how to cut a cabbage. What can we expect in the 20th anniversary edition?
As the years have gone by, we've sort of gone increasingly to visuals because it kind of helps people see what we're talking about. I mean, I said why I like to use green peppers here, but there's no reason you couldn't use a mix of vegetables, carrots or onions or red peppers, or, I mean, just go on and on. So the visual way of showing it is kind of new and different, and maybe it will help, we're hoping, helps people see it better.
I mean, truly, a lot of people are visual learners.
It's like a constellation.
Right.
And just really quickly, while you were answering that, we put in some ginger, some garlic, a little bit of soy sauce, and then you add water as well?
Well, you don't want the soy sauce to burn. And I have to say, we've paid no attention to this.
And look, it's done.
It still looks pretty good.
It looks good enough to eat.
Right.
I'll put
But we
it
do
that
have
way.
this actual finished one.
So how long does that take to come together?
Well, you want to count the amount of time we leave the meat in the freezer? No. So if you don't count that, slicing the peppers, slicing the beef, 10 minutes, putting it together.
easy.
We kind of did it in real time. I mean, the
Almost.
cooking of a stir fry is really less than 10 minutes.
And what are
All
these
right.
noodles?
Those are rice noodles. Let's serve it up for our customers, shall we?
Yes, please.
We don't want any
Thank
complaints.
you.
And why do you like
We're
to...
doing rice noodles. They cook themselves. You can cook them by soaking them in hot water. You don't even have to really cook them.
So what I'm learning about you is you like to cook, but not really. You like the food to cook itself.
You know, I learned that a lot of what I learned about cooking came when I was a young or youngish father. And I had to work all day and then get dinner on the table. And, you know, these are the kinds of things that I did. And this is the kind of life that most people have.
It's true.
No one's got a lot of time to cook dinner, especially on weeknights. So,
I know, my goodness.
Thank you.
are you having one?
Oh, we're having one together.
Oh, I see. Okay, good.
All right, I'm going in, you guys.
Everybody's
Doing it?
going.
Yep, we're doing it.
Happening right now.
This is great. Came together very
my gosh,
nicely.
it
Wait,
smells.
stop. Don't do anything.
Uh-oh.
Oh, everyone stop.
Oh, the scallions. Oh, my gosh.
Thank you.
Spit it out.
Now you can have a proper bite.
Just, you know, for appearance sake.
There
We
you
gotta
go.
finish it off right.
There we
Thank
go.
you so
Very
much.
good.
And while Debbie digs in, you guys, you should visit Mark online at markbittman.com and make sure to grab the 20th anniversary edition of this classic and visit hallmarkchannel.com for Mark's stir fry recipe.
Wow.
And don't forget to watch this guy right here. Christopher, what do you think?
I think it's amazing. Mark. Good job. I'm stealing it.
Make sure to watch Christopher in Mystery 101, Words Can Kill, this Sunday, September 15th at 9, 8 Central on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. All right.